Welcome back to the channel as Yuri and I dive headfirst into farm life. In this episode, we pick up 4 beautiful steers and do not get it all attached to them. I prepare my beehives for the flow and find a ton of honey. Yuri channels his inner Steve Irwin and finds more opportunities to mock the imperial system.
I don't know how you guys do it.
And our new water tanks get thrown off the truck. Literally. Thanks for being here with us on this one, guys. It's all happening pretty rapidly around here, so please do subscribe if you would like to stay up to date on everything. Good morning. It's cow day.
We're picking up our first 4 cows. We've got 4 Shorthorns that we're going to throw on the farm, and we're just picking them up from a local Shorthorn stud, which happens to be one of the sort of premier Shorthorn studs in the country. So yeah, pretty excited about it and keen to get them on the farm.
I'm also keen. It's super exciting to have potentially your own protein in your own backyard. Paddock to plate. We've just seen our cows.
They won't know what hit them when they get out of these beautiful oats and into our relatively average pasture.
Don Rowan is a local breeder of premium Shorthorn cattle, a breed prized for their robust genetics, tenderness, and deep flavour. A family-run business, Phil and daughter Emily have picked us out 4 steers to start our small herd, and it's a joy to watch the father-daughter team at work. An efficient procedure.
Ah.
How do those puppies feel in the back?
They're heavy, hey. One of them's pretty chunky, so I think we've got the old trailer at its max capacity, and nothing the Hilux can't handle though. What would we call them? I think we should call them, protein, gains, swole, and bulk.
Bulk?
What do you reckon?
We can't name them.
Yeah.
Even
it's alright.
ironic
If
name.
you name them after food, it's okay.
Okay. Oh, but they're not get attached to swole.
Swole. No one can eat swole. That's a cute name.
I already feel a little
Attached.
emotional
You can't get attached.
towards them.
Do not get attached under any circumstances.
Alright.
They need to be, your heart needs to be as cold as they will be in the freezer.
That's poetic. Oh no, but seriously, are you happy?
Yeah, no, really happy. Really
Good.
happy. Look, I don't have enough experience in any way to talk about how good they look, but if I was looking at cows, I feel like these ones look good. That's about the extent of my cow experience at this stage, but yeah, no, really, really happy. I think, see how happy these fatties are in the back here? Oh my god.
I can't, but...
I can just see them every now and then. One pokes its little head
Oh yeah?
somewhere. They're quite heavy and the hill's very steep. Low range it is. Would have made it up in normal gear, but better safe than sorry. Easier on the car. Better safe than sorry, I'd always say.
You never say that.
like that very much.
That was very abrupt.
Two, you always try to go out at once.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cows.
Cows, fresh meat. It'll take them a little bit to settle down and work out where they're at.
The boys did indeed settle in and eventually explored more fully their new home, including this lean-to by the house where Yuri enjoys watching them over a morning coffee, 100% unaffected by their sweet, curious little faces. Back at the cabin, my new bee suit has arrived, and it's time I did some maintenance around the hives and got to know the ladies a little better. I'm out. Mostly. So, I chose a really bad day to go and check the bees. I had planned on removing some of the grass around the hives, but because it was so hot, there was a lot of bearding on both hives, which means a lot of the bees are out of the hive to cool it down and sort of congregating on the sides, on the front of the hive, and I did not want to disturb them too much. So I just observed, took some film, and did my best to gauge the weight of the boxes, i.e. how much honey is in there. I struggled to get this on and now I can't get it off. It is hot today. It was clear that I had to get moving and prepare a few more boxes to add to these hives if I wanted to make sure they had enough room and wouldn't be tempted to swarm, and to take advantage of the flow, where there's a rush of honey production from nectar-producing plants in bloom. I soon had all the disassembled frames and boxes together and figured out a nice system for assembling them. However, I discovered a vastly more efficient option. Working smarter, not harder over here. With the addition of cheese and wine, the female portion of the family managed a level of productivity never before seen in beekeeping. So the time has come for me to put some more boxes on my hives. The normal thing might be to paint your hive boxes and supers white or blue or whatever colour. However, the established hives that I got came with unpainted, naturally treated boxes, and I was able to find the recipe for the treatment. If anyone's interested, is 100% raw linseed oil with gum turps and beeswax. So the bees really like this. You can treat the inside of the hive, the inside of the boxes with this stuff, and it's all natural. I think it looks really nice too. I prefer it to the painted hive look. But I'm gonna have a lot left, so I can just keep the rest and use it to treat them as the years go by and as they need. It smells amazing. Ah, the wedge-tail eagles are out. They're just circling above me. How beautiful. I will let these dry for a week or so, and then we will pop them on.
So we got cattle a little bit before we were ready to. We've got three main issues on this property with having cows now, and all of them now have a time clock on them as to getting them done, because the cattle are here and the jobs have to follow. So we've got the first issue is fencing throughout the property. The boundary fences are reasonable in most areas, but the internal fencing is quite bad. The second issue, we're up on a hill, so not a huge amount of water other than 3 dams, all of which need maintenance, ideally digging back out and relining and filling again, and then maybe even a bore. The third issue is cattle yards. We don't have any usable cattle yards on the property. We do have an old set of sheep yards which could be modified, but I'm thinking probably building a new set will be required. The old stockyard, whilst still really solid, it's a bit low. Like, you can't imagine having 600-700 kilo steers walking through here. It's solid, but it's designed for sheep, so likely they'll just jump out. And all the timber rails are a bit ratty. And the old ramp is an absolute shambles. This is a great representation of our internal fencing. Old, broken, and essentially all need some form of repair or complete replacement. Out of those 3 issues, probably water is the most critical. We do have enough water for the 4 cows that we currently have, but it's not particularly clean, and it does worry me that we don't have a more reliable source. So longer term, we really need to get a good reliable source of water, most likely through a bore system. As you can see, the dams are in pretty bad disrepair. They obviously haven't been cleaned out in a long time, so high on the priority list is to dig these out, maybe make them a little bigger, get rid of the rushes, make them deeper so the rushes don't grow back. This is the best dam we have. The other dams down the back, one doesn't hold water at all, and the other one dries out through summer. This one dries out on a really hot summer. We find the soil here doesn't have a particularly high clay content, which is great for growing things, but when it comes to holding water, it becomes quite difficult to line the dam with any clay so it retains the water through the summer months. So they're all a bit leaky, but I think we can fix it. How cute is this little guy? This is an Australian echidna, super spiky, period. There is a way you can pick them up, but it always ends in tears, so we'll just leave him alone, I think. Pretty cute.
Meanwhile, in my own efforts playing catch up, I've enlisted my mother's help in conducting my first hive inspection and adding those new boxes we all worked to put together.
Oh, look at them, they're loving it already. God, look at all that honey, Mum. Look at that. Yep.
So we've just completed our first gentle, shallow inspection of both hives. We added a honey super to each, and I think we're pretty confident that it was well and truly needed, aren't we, Mum?
Yes, absolutely.
Like they were ready for another one, if not 2. So
Yes, I reckon another one soon.
yeah, maybe a week or 2 or more.
think they take 2 to 3
Okay.
weeks when there's food. Like, look at all the food.
Yep, when the
Amazing.
flow's on. Yeah.
So I reckon within a couple of weeks we could check within that time and see how full they are and how
Yes.
they're looking.
Yep.
And then gauge by that. When there's 2 frames still to go, then you need
Then we put
another one on.
Everything worked beautifully, I think.
Did. Very smooth, calm operation.
Yeah.
No problem.
And the ladies seemed very happy.
Yes, they do.
Not so much now, but... Alright, very good. Success. I tell you what, we're just in time. We've got thunder just rolling in the distance as we pack up. So I guess the forecast rain that was meant to come this morning is coming in the afternoon. So that all worked really well. Yeah, I'm so happy. They look beautiful and there is so much honey. So yeah, everything I saw was positive. Love bees. Up at the Airbnb, Yuri gets to work on solving the first of his 3 cattle problems: water. Two new water tanks are set to be delivered up here to collect rainwater from this shed and be trenched down to troughs for the cattle in the lower paddocks. But first, the pad for the tanks has to be prepped.
Got to level this pad out. I'm actually not sure how the sound's going to go in here, but I thought I'd give it a try. I've got to move probably about 1.5 tons of gravel, about 500 metres up the hill. Oh, not quite 400 metres up the hill to the shed site, and then I can level out the pad. So I'll move the gravel up there first, put it where I want it, spread it out, and then yeah, we can start getting it level with the laser. Does anyone know what the average compaction rate of gravel, they say, road base, is per 100 millimetres? If I get 100 millimetres of gravel and I compact it, is it going to go down 20 millimetres, 10 millimetres, 40 millimetres? So I've got about 200 millimetres of soft gravel here, and it'd be nice to know. Hit me up in the comments below, it'd be good to know for the next job. Seriously though, how many Americans actually or secretly use the metric system in the background? Like I think like America's pretty awesome, but I think we can all agree metric system is probably nicer to use, a little bit simpler, divide by 10. But yeah, is anyone actually using it over there, or is it just impossible to buy anything, or everything's just still in imperial measurements? Don't know. I'm keen to find out because I don't know how you guys do it. I'll track roll it, harden it up, and then we'll skim out the highest bits. That'll work. What I'm hoping to see now is, well, in a perfect world, everything within 10 mil. Whatever that is, 3/16 maybe. I think 3/16. Might be close enough, I'm not sure. That's a total guess. Down 16 there, so I'll have to skim a little bit off there. Down 18 there, so we'll skim a bit off there too. 2 mil. 2 mil, oh my god. Perfect. That's a wrap from me for the minute. tanks get delivered tomorrow, so be up here again. I've got the Airbnb shut down for the day, and we will install the tanks, which could be a bit of drama because the driveway up here is quite tight and the truck with the tanks on it is quite long, so could be an interesting little bit of problem solving, I think. But anyway, we'll see how we go tomorrow.
Tomorrow came, and the tank and truck made it up our steep and windy drive without an issue.
The house is still burning. I've got to drive to the next one and get that and drive back. In the meantime, the house is still burning.
The house is burnt down.
With some instruction from this absolute legend, who probably could have installed them in his sleep, tank number 1 slid into place.
Go down through that and cut then up the other side.
Yeah.
Got them off there and said to them, well, you better get the water in and we'll get them tied down. Yeah, no, we'll have plumbers here, we'll have water in within an hour.
Yep.
We've got those big wings, they didn't put any water in them. And end up down the bottom of the gully, so we can't pour more down there, fella. Once they've finished cooking, I've then got to pump air into them and keep them going for another 45 minutes. Well, I've got to cool down to 65 or under degrees under.
Yep.
Or my mouth keep them blown out and keep it rotating.
Yep.
Just as they did that, the power went out.
And after hearing the driver's cautionary tales, we solemnly vow to have them plumbed in and harvesting water as soon as possible.
Alright, great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your help. We've just got our water tanks installed, they've just arrived. We put them in place, fairly straightforward. Went a bit easier than I thought it would. It's 56,000 litres in total, so it's a nice change. We've currently got 23,000 litres on the house, and this lot of tanks will feed the house there and run down to the new house at the gatehouse, the new Airbnb. So whole heap more water, which is fantastic. So the more we can collect off the roof and store for the drier months, the better.
It really is a pleasure to have you with us. Please drop us a like and subscribe to our channel, if indeed you did like it. Next week, we catch you up on cabin renovations. You'll meet the brothers 3 and watch mayhem and progress ensue, in equal measures. Till then.